Warning: the following show you're about to hear contains graphic and scary content. If you are scared easily, this show is not for you. Good morning or good day or good night. This is Sleepcreep. First episode ever, and I'm hoping you're gonna have fun. Bear in mind that English is not my native tongue, so there might be a couple of fuck-ups. Our story today is from the Nosleep subreddit of reddit.com. If you like the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel for coming events. Without further ado, let's begin. On October the 4th, 2007, I killed a man. He had broken into our house with the intention of murdering my older sister Sarah. The man, or boy actually, since he was only 18, had a hit list full of names of students at his high school who he felt had either wronged him or had it coming. At least, that's what his manifesto said. My sister Jacqueline Waltz was second on the list. Let me take a quick pause to try and put some fears you might have at ease. This story will not end with I killed him for another reason twist. There was no plot concocted by my sister and I to somehow lure this guy to his death. He was a sick person who had already left a body rotting a few miles across town when I kicked in my sister's door with my dad's Remington 870. A second statement, there was no blur. I remember every detail about what went down, from how my ring finger was settled on a small chip of the 12-gauge wooden furniture to how the man's light green eyes had pinned pupils. I can give you every gory little detail about the event. The only reason I'm trying to keep it short and sweet is for you, the reader. I really do not wish to waste your time, and the only reason I add these long-winded explanations is so you understand that while I may be a killer, I'm also an honest one. The man had knocked on the door and my sister answered. She recognized him from school and quickly opened the door after seeing blood on his clothes and assuming he has been hurt. Despite what he wrote about her being a sociopath whore, my sister actually had the heart of a saint. The man grabbed her and began to drag her to the bedroom to ritualistically kill her. But it wasn't before she screamed help, which I heard from the basement. I grabbed the Remington, loaded it, and ran upstairs to my sister's room. There I saw the man with his knee in her back and her face shoved in the pillow. They both turned to me the second I opened the door, her with a look of sheer terror and him with surprise. Another quick pause. I understand this is Nosleep, and there are some gory details that are expected of a story. So, put your finger on your left nipple. Now move it an inch up and 2 inches to the left. That is where I shot him. The buckshot nearly ripped the man's arm clean off. His pectoral was a mass of torn flesh, and his upper rib cage turned into shrapnel against the wall behind him. He died instantly, as you'd imagine. I'm sure I would have heard my sister's screams had it not been for the intense ringing in my ears. Another quick pause. My sister never went insane after the incident. She was a little withdrawn at first, but for the most part has gotten over the incident. Now, she lives happily with her boyfriend in Arizona, where she's attending school to finish a doctorate in microbiology. My parents didn't suddenly gain drinking or drug problems. Actually, they came together even closer to help my sister through a rough patch. There were a few people who gave me weird looks for the remainder of high school. I was 16 at the time, but was never bullied. Actually, the opposite. The net 2 years I was very popular and had plenty of friends and girlfriends who wanted to help me through my bad time. As I said in the title, I don't sleep much. Alcohol usually helps. I was prescribed a sleep aid and an antidepressant after the shooting, but it just made me feel dopey. I prefer drinking to relax. Still do. The whole thing still gives me panic attacks, and there are nights where I have to drink enough to pass out. Loneliness scares the shit out of me sometimes. The only thing worse is when I try to explain it to the girlfriends or friends I had, and couldn't find the words. To them, the guy I killed was scum and deserved every ball bearing he received. The idea of me laying awake at night confused them. I find it best to try not to talk about it. One last pause. I do not have an impossible grin. I have no facial scars. I am not unbelievably skinny or bulked up. I don't dress creepy enough to cause concern when I'm at a store or on the bus. Right now, in fact, I'm wearing a white Mumford & Sons t-shirt and blue jeans. I'm an average build and about 5'10". My true confession isn't how I killed a man and had an ulterior motive. This is not a sob story about PTSD meant to make you feel sorry for me. In fact, it's the opposite. You see, I can't sleep now. Those first few nights after the shooting, I slept like a baby. I didn't become withdrawn or spend hours picturing the man's face. I felt nothing. I killed the man with the same emotion you'd have turning on the dishwasher. I picture every violent detail and have the same anxiety you get remembering your shopping list. I'm average looking, and you'd never give me a second look. I could beside you on the bus or in the cubicle next to you. I'm the guy checking out your groceries or talking to you about the weather outside your favorite bar. And I could kill with no second thought. The reason I don't sleep is simple. What gives me anxiety is how easily I could kill again. The only question is, should I? And how many others like me are out there? Thank you so much for listening. If you liked the video, please like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. I don't care. And if you like it, please subscribe. We'll be coming a lot more of these in the future. Now, sleep tight.